Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome back to Cricket Happening Show. As I promised yesterday, that I'll be talking on the decider, the India versus West Indies game. And congratulations to the West Indies for winning against not only the final decider, but again it's the series win for them since 2017. For it was the last time that they registered a win against India in a T20 series would have been way back in 2017. So this is something that West Indies will be very happy about. And as far as India is concerned, for India, this has been a sort of a learning experience, one could call. But I thought even without the big wigs into the team, I think India have done a wonderful job here with the young guns, as that the next generation of Indian players really showing that they belong here. And even though they lost, they need not be so concerned about it because this was just as I said, they were not in their strength. It was the probably a second string team that was playing, and I thought they did a wonderful job here to level the series. And finally, the West Indians dominating. Now, West Indians actually dominating in a similar manner as to how India dominated in the fourth T20 and won the game against the West Indies. So it was a sort of a really repaying that back to India in the final. And one has to say that West Indies did it during at the crunch time where they won the decider, and they did it with absolute ease, as it was a very comprehensive victory in the decider by 8 wickets, with Brandon King, brandishing his bat like a sword and cracking 80-odd runs, unbeaten runs at that. To take the team to victory. So, congratulations to the West Indian team. And also, the other news is that the young talented Prithvi Shaw of India on the other day, as you know, he scored a double century in a ODI format, and here comes this young bloke once again smoking a century. In fact, this was an unbeaten 125 not out, playing for his team Northamptonshire, and this was against Durham, and that was. Prithvi Shaw, 125 not out. In fact, giving them a very easy victory as they won with 24 overs to spare. So that really tells you that Prithvi Shaw was in a punitive mood here, which I'll be talking about later after the India West Indies report. So let's first get on to the India West Indies game, as I rightly said. And looking at it, now the first thing that one would question is that why did Hardik Pandya win the toss and chose to bat? Now this is where Hardik Pandya, he already said that he's ruling by instinct, and besides, he's trying a few combinations to see what would be working for India, and I think that's the right way to go. Probably India could have definitely chased by knowing the total, but Hardik decided that he would like to test them. So even if it was a decider, Hardik really gambled, one could call, in testing India's setting up prowess here. And India today, it was not so easy for India, even though the Indian team would have come with great confidence going into this decider after that fourth wicket win, which leveled the series. It was really, really, but it was something that one knew that the young guns, Yashasvi Jaiswal and Shubman Gill, were once again going to continue in the same vein. But today it was not to be. It was Akil Hussain who came in and picked up. In fact, he dealt a double blow, and big blows at that, which really, really set India back right away, one could call, because Yashasvi Jaiswal was the first to go today, and he tried to pull a delivery, trying to go back on the back foot, and this was a ball that he actually spooned it to Akil Hussain. Akil Hussain, we know, is the best bowler. He's a very wily bowler as well. and that was the end of Yashasvi Jaiswal. Cotton bowled and Shubman Gill was given LBW. Could have probably reviewed it. He was gone for 9. He decided to walk, and after that, it was a bit of a tough going. But Tilak Verma came in. Despite the Indian wickets going in 2.5 overs, Tilak Verma still wanted to make sure that India took immense advantage of the power play. He went after Alzari Joseph in a big way, cracking him for 3 4s and a 6. And he had a real cameo of 27 runs of 18 deliveries, 3 4s and 2 6s before becoming a victim of chase. But a wonderful, good, very good catch taken by Roston Chase of his own bowling on his follow through. And that was the end of Tilak Verma. So India at that time was 66 for 3. And then it was only the batting of Surya Kumar Yadav at the center which saved India. Other than that, there was not really much to talk about. Sanju Samson once again was done in by Romario Shepherd, who was the best bowler today, and he took the player of the match as well. And he also returned career best figures today of 4 wickets against India. And it was Sanju Samson's out for 13 of 9, 2. And Hardik Pandya came at such a juncture when Sanju Samson India scored at 87 for 4 at the halfway mark, 10.2 overs. And Hardik Pandya probably thought that India had a very long tail other than Akshar Patel, decided to just take it a bit, try to nurdle the runs along with Surya Kumar Yadav at the other end, stroking brilliantly. But Hardik Pandya himself was a victim of the bowling of Shepherd for 14 of 18 deliveries, 1 boundary. And then it was just left to one man. It was Surya Kumar Yadav. But once Hardik Pandya went with a score of 130, another 10 runs were added before Surya Kumar Yadav fell a victim of older. But what a as you know, Surya Kumar, there was a T20 specialist, and he was the highest scorer today with 61 of 45 balls with 4 4s and 3 6. But let me just talk about one shot that not Surya Kumar Yadav, but I just wanted to mention a shot that really took one's breath away, and that was Tilak Verma, the young Tilak Verma, sweeping a bowler like Alzari Joseph over square leg for a 6, and that was a stupendous shot from Tilak Verma. Other than that, after that, as I said, Surya Kumar Yadav was the only one who stood there, really taking India to some sort of a decent score, 165. Probably the India were 20 runs short on this batting pitch, 61 of 45, 4 4s and 3 6s. Akshar Patel out for 13, Harshdeep for 8, Kuldeep Yadav not. Mukesh Kumar hit a boundary of the last delivery for Chucho's boundary, one could call. 165 for 9 was the final tally for the Indians. Romario Shepherd, the pick of the bowlers, and also doing career best analysis in T20 matches. And one has to say that Romario Shepherd is someone who has really looked the bowler that he's. He has adopted a very good line against the Indians. He has tried to hit the deck when bowling against Sanju Samson, and also he has adopted another approach as well, a very good approach with the Indian, and he has bowled according to a real bowling plan, and he has stuck it out, and really one felt very good from Shepherd. I thought he was really, to me, he has been the most improved bowler on the West Indian side. 4 overs, no maiden, 4 for 31. Well done, Romario Shepherd. Roston Chase, the spinners did a wonderful job. Roston Chase, 4 overs, 1 for 25. Nakil Hussain, 4 overs, 2 for 24. Kyle Mayers, 1 4. Jason Holder, 2 for 36. Has also bowled well in this series. Alzari Joseph was taken to the cleaners, 3 overs, went for 41. So 165. Now it was the turn of the West Indians to come and actually have a stab at this total. Well, there was a good crowd here today. There was a nice crowd turned up at Florida, and West Indies started with Brandon King, Kyle Mayers, and Kyle Mayers started off in aggressive fashion with 1 6 on the boundary, but that was it for Kyle Mayers as Asdeep Singh picked up his wicket of just for 10 runs, and after that it was a Brandon King show. And Brandon King, once he gets into his groove and he starts stroking the ball, it looks really special when he starts batting like that. At the other end, it was Nicholas Puran. Nicholas Puran, one thing that one would have observed here, as far as Nicholas Puran was concerned, The other day, he was out to Kuldeep Yadav trying to take him on, but today he bided his time with Kuldeep Yadav. He played out his 3 overs, and then we saw how he pulled off those wonderful sixes against Asdeep Singh. Hardik Pandya was slapped for back-to-back sixes, and Brandon King was a sort of a fine exhibition of batting. The spinners were dealt with mercilessly. At the other end, there was some real finesse as well as Brandon King was concerned. And Brandon King, I think he's one of the batsmen who is going to stay in this West Indies team for quite a long time. It was a superb innings, Brandon King and Nicholas Puran combining, and suddenly runs were really flowing at electrifying pace, one could call, as Brandon King went about his business in a wonderful manner. At the other end, Nicholas Puran, there was a rain interruption as well, but that did not deter the West Indian batting. But Nicholas Puran fell quickly after that when Tilak Verma was given his first rundle in T20 cricket, as it has already been said in the press that India will be trying Tilak Verma and Yashasvi Jaiswal to test the waters just to make sure that they get a few overs so that when it probably they want to groom them up probably when India come to West Indies and USA for the T20 World Cup in 2024. They want to make sure that they have a lot of bowling resources at their disposal, and I think that's a bright move. And Tilak Verma definitely got a big fish. Actually, he picked up after the rain interruption. He picked up the wicket of Nicholas Puran's second ball of his T20 international career, one could call, because Puran went for a reverse sweep on that particular shot, full delivery outside the off stump, and the ball struck his pad, and Tilak Verma was given a positive verdict by the umpire, and that was the wicket for Tilak Verma. So Nicholas Puran, after punishing 47 of 35, 144 was departed. But after that, Shai Hope came in, kept his cool, also hit the winning six as well to close the chapter. And West Indies were the proud victors. And what a series we had! And the ODI series was won by the West Indies 3-2. Well done, West Indies. Brandon King not out 85 or 55 balls, 5 fours and 5 sixes. But considering it's a batting pitch, I thought it was the right choice to make Romario Shepherd the man of the match because bowling was something just especially for the quicker bowlers. It was a real test, and I think Romario Shepherd did a wonderful job there. As far as the bowling was concerned, Hardik Pandya was extremely costly today. His 3 overs costing him 32 runs without a wicket. Asdeep Singh's 2 overs, 1 for 20. Kuldeep Yadav was definitely, did a great job, one could call. 4 overs, none for 18. But look at Yuzendra Chahal. I mean, as I said, there was a bit of something in the pitch as far as turn is concerned. But as far as Yuzendra Chahal was concerned, it was a terrible disappointment today because the West Indians decided to really take him on. They decided that they are not going to allow Yuzendra Chahal to settle in, and he was smashed for 51 runs of his 4 overs. Mukesh Kumar just bowled a solitary over for 10. Tilak Verma 2 overs, 1 for 17, his first T20 international wicket. Akshar Patel 1 for 10. Yashasvi Jaiswal was given the last over just as a matter of formality, as West Indies had closed in on victory, and he gave away 11 runs. So that is all done and dusted. India have completed the tour of the West Indies and T20 series, as I said. For West Indies, yes, it is a win that they would really be very happy about. They also beat South Africa, as you would remember, in a T20 series back home. So this is something which is a real fillip to the West Indies, no doubt about it. But for India, they would have taken a lot of learnings from this. As I said, India were not with all the big wigs. It was a second string team that was playing. Well done, India, as well. And we had a wonderfully contested T20 series as far as this particular series was concerned. Now, the other thing that I would like to talk about very briefly, though, is Prithvi Shaw. Now, Prithvi Shaw, as you know, is someone who has been struggling. I mean, he has been making runs, but he struggled in the IPL. And here comes Prithvi Shaw, playing for the first time in English county cricket for Northamptonshire. The other day, we talked about a double century being made by this young bloke. And here comes this young bloke now against Durham. Against Somerset, he made a double century, but against playing for Northamptonshire against Durham, he made 125 not out in a winning effort. He was there till the end. He was not out on 125 of 76 deliveries, which included 15 fours and 7 sixes in all. What a wonderful player Prithvi Shaw is. And look at that, Durham 198 all out, and Northamptonshire closed at, I mean, they won the match at 204 for 4, thanks to Prithvi Shaw 125, and Northamptonshire won by 6 wickets at Group B in Chesterley Street. And well, just to give you a synopsis of this game, 198 all for the Northerns, and the highest scorer there was Alex Lees with 34 of 55, 4 boundaries, and 37. Liam Treviskis, in fact, the highest scorer with 37, 34, 2 fours and 1 6. And the bowling, it was Luke Proctor who picked up his best analysis. 4 overs, 9 overs, no maiden, 34 runs and 4 wickets. And then, as far as Nottingham is concerned, it was Prithvi Shaw all the way, and 42 coming in from Rob Q, 40 to 40, 6 fours, 1 6. And there was 3 wickets for 46 for George Drissel. That's it from me, your host Ram. I have nothing else to really dwell on right now on this cricket show, Cricket Happenings. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and with more to look forward to, probably next week on a Saturday, I will once again be back with you. Till such time that happens, it is your host Ram signing off on this day. Thank you.